back to Trash Man MMA and we're going over UFC 316. Look, we may have gone 1-4 on the main card, but we still good. You know what I'm saying? We still good. Hey, no cap. I think I'm the best on this card specifically. I'm the best predictor on YouTube. I don't think anybody did as good as me on this card. I went 10-4. As we all know, it was like, I don't know where we went, but we drove into Upset City right real quick. We just, had to pull up, say what's up, say hi to the fam, dab everybody up, and go up on our way right when Max Holloway versus Poirier started, and get back to the real shit. But I went 10-4, pretty damn good on picks overall. There were some few. Here's the thing though. I think I made every correct pick there was to make. I think going for the underdogs was a poor thing to do, minus one pick of mine, which we'll get into that later. But let's get started. We will start off on the main. Fucking hell. We'll start off on the first fight of the night. Carly Judice versus Nicole Kalari. Holy this bit bad. This girl is bad, dude. I don't even know what it is. She's like the new Polyana Viana. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't even new, but she's like the new Polyana Viana. She's like low key better than Alexa Grasso. You know what I'm saying? Better than Tracy Cortez. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, this girl's, yeah, you could say the face, but I think it's damn. I think it's nice. I think it's nice. Carly Judice is just like, I don't know, the fucking jealous ugly girl that got all mad and shit. So, she had a fucking TKO her up against the fence for the one time, in the third round. She said, "Huh, take that." Threw that fucking knee up the middle, sent fucking Nicole Kalari crumbling. But no, with all due respect though, Carly Judice actually looked very fucking good in this fight. She was crispy. She was cutting angles like nobody's business. This girl was slick, and it made sense at the time. I didn't understand why she was such a big favorite. She was like a plus 400 favorite. I was a little confused. I hadn't really watched any of her fights. She's an unranked flyweight. Hey, sue me for not fucking knowing who Carly Judice is. Fucking sue me. But she lost that one girl that submitted that, Chinese girl, that Joker girl. But both of her losses in the UFC are split decisions to relatively good comp. So, no surprise here. I think if you were just gonna go for the underdog on an unranked women's flyweight card, you're a goof. You're a goof to say the least. But Carla Judice looks very good in the striking, extremely good. Honestly, makes some of the men's striking look a little abysmal. But then again, it's women's MMA. She can go on to her next fight and get absolutely fucking dog walked by somebody with absolutely zero striking. But this fight she looked very impressive, and the finish was actually extremely similar to Rainer de Ritter versus Bo Nickel. Exactly the same. Nicole Kalari up against the fence, already got hurt to the body too many times with knees up the middle. Goes to throw that overhand. Judy slips, steps in with that fucking nasty knee, and just sends Nicole Kalari crumbling to the canvas. Look at the KOs; they are identical. But a very good performance from from Carly Judice. I did get that pick right. On to the next fight. Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVeigh. Now, I'm surprised that this fight ended the way it did. If this fight, I was expecting this fight to, well, I wasn't expecting Bruno Ferreira to win in the manner that he did. I figured if anybody was going to get a submission, it would have been Jackson McVeigh. He was kind of coming off the regional scene, being known as kind of a submission guy, a grappling guy. I mean, just look at his body, bro. Just look at the dude. He looks like Brian Ortega. He looks like he's Brian Ortega's right-hand man. He looks like that's his dog. But hey, he got submitted in the first round with the belly down fucking armbar by Bruno Ferreira. There was a point in time where Jackson McVeigh did get Bruno Ferreira's back, and it was looking a little scary, I believe. It was like, oof. I believe he, got his neck, but it was, nowhere. he didn't get his neck. He was threatening a rear naked, but it was like absolutely nowhere near it. Nowhere near the neck. It was all jaw. But Bruno Ferreira, good scrambles. There was I can't remember the exact scramble that happened. I think it was when Jackson McVeigh was on Bruno Ferreira's back, but he was a little too high up. Bruno Ferreira kind of shucked him off. But there's a nice grappling exchange up in there that I can't quite remember. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Bruno Ferreira looked real sweet in this fight. This guy's ranked caliber. I don't know why they gave him Jackson McVeigh. I've been saying this for quite some time. Bruno Ferreira is ranked. He's a ranked contender, bro. He's better than Roman Kopylov. I will put that on my soul. He's better than Roman Kopylov, who was in the co-main event of this fight, who fucking literally did nothing. Anyways, Bruno Ferreira is better than some of the top like a lot of the 10 through 15 ranked middleweights. So I think he deserves a ranked opponent next. This was kind of a gimme fight, a little bit of a sorry Jackson McVeigh that we messed up your debut, and they gave him Bruno Ferreira. I don't know what the fuck this matchmaking was, but Bruno Ferreira gets it done. Like I said, I went by a KO, but he gets it done by submission. On to the next fight. Ryan Spann versus Lucas Brzezinski. Again, I think I made the right pick here. A lot of people went Lucas Brzezinski. I think just because they solely hate Ryan Spann. Like I was watching Guru's video. He said, yeah, he kind of just hate picked against Ryan Spann. Which, I mean, understandable. He's like a blob. But Lucas Brzezinski is now 1-6 in the UFC. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to pick a 1-5 fighter over Ryan Spann, who has at least obtained wins and has shown finishing potential, you're kind of a goof, and you are strictly just hate picking. But I don't. Nowadays I try not to pick fights with emotion anymore. I just try to go solely off who I actually think is gonna win, and sometimes it does me right, sometimes it doesn't. This time it paid off in my favor. Of course, Ryan Spann does get his signature goofy ass and guillotine up against the fence like he always does. I'm convinced that's his only fucking way of winning now. He has no pop in his shots, at least not up against the heavyweight. But if you're able to push a heavyweight down and guillotine him, hey, hats off to you. But it is Lucas Brzezinski, 1-6. Cut it. If I see this guy, if on my soul, in the next 3 weeks, if I see on Big Marcel's page Lucas Brzezinski has another fight in the UFC, I'm going to tweak the fuck out, bro. I'm crashing out, and I'm going to make a petition starting cut Lucas Brzezinski, bro. Nobody wants him here. On to the next fight. Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Now, I did pick Jimmy Crute. I went solely off the fact that I believed he had more finishing potential than a Marcin Prachnio, which I was correct. I think I did say, though, that I can see Jimmy Crute breaking in the later rounds, which that's definitely how it appeared to look. Marcin Prachnio, dude, he just looks like a fucking creep, bro. Look at this motherfucker. This guy's a certified fucking creep. Get this guy out of here, dude. Check this guy's hard drives or something. This fucking weirdo. Anyways, I said Jimmy Crute had more finishing potential, which he did, but he did look like if it went to a second and third round, he was going to be completely gassed. I'm sure that's how he goes to draws so many times, but he was able to get another armbar. Was it an armbar? Yeah, it was an armbar. Again, I don't know. It's a Jimmy Crute versus Martin Prachnio fight. I wasn't fucking analyzing this shit down to the dot. You know what I'm saying? I just looked up at the screen. I was like, oh shit, Jimmy Crute got a fucking armbar, and he got that shit. So Jimmy Crute for the win, bro. Saving my pick. I got us. You know what I'm saying? I got every pick right on the card so far. Jimmy Crute gets it done, first round submission. And then we go to Adam Fujit versus Islam Dulatov. I'm not going to lie. I was in the shower during this fight. I couldn't watch this fight. I was busy. I was showering, bro. I just got off of like an 8-hour shift. I was trying to fucking, shower before before the real meat and potatoes of this card started going down. But little did I know, if I would have just waited after this fight, I would have had fucking like 5 hours of time to kill. So maybe this was the wrong time to fucking shower. But Adam Fujic versus Islam Dulatov. Islam Dulatov just has presence. He was doing a good job with the footwork, moving around the cage, slipping and ripping. Adam Fujic just couldn't really match the physicality and speed of Islam Dulatov. Adam Fujic is, I'm not gonna say he's technically sound enough to beat a lot of contenders, but he just doesn't have that X factor. He doesn't have that a reason why you should be scared of Adam Fujic. Like, if you're scared of Adam Fujic, like, I'm sorry, brother, but I don't know. We gotta kill you, dog. We gotta get you up out of here. Like, Islam Dulatov is actually a proper, I'm not gonna say scary fighter, but he has presence. He has, to say it, aura. He does just have that X factor to him. He's a not even, I can't even say a killer be killed fighter, because he's an all kill fighter. He has what six, what is that, his 13th win? I can't remember, but he's like half and half with finishes. He has like six KOs, 6 subs, or 7 KOs and 5 subs, something like that. But this guy's a killer. He's actually, like, I wouldn't have expected for a fucking model, bro. For a damn model. But I think I predicted this fight to be a finish before the third round. Happened in the first, so good job, Islam Dulatov. He actually looks pretty good. I don't know who we can match him up against next. At the end of the day, it's Adam Fujic, so we gotta still take it a little slow. But I'm looking forward to this guy. This guy seems like a very slick striker, and apparently he has a good ground game too. So can't wait to see that in one of his fights coming up. On to the next, Ateba Gutierrez versus Robert Valentine. Now, I'm not going to hold you. We all know it. This was the most sorry performance I've ever seen in my entire life. This shit was ass. This shit was certified fucking buns. Just how bad is Terrence Finney? Terrence Finney? I'm going to keep calling him Terrence Finney because I'm pretty sure that's his name. Just how bad is Terrence Finney, bro, to absolutely go to a robbery decision against Robert Valentine? This was the worst performance I've ever seen in my 22 years of life. This shit was awful. Awful. Ataba Gutierrez immediately comes out. I don't even know what the shot that he immediately drops Robert Valentine with, or immediately hurts him with. But off rip, Ataba Gutierrez doesn't even the thing is too, Ataba doesn't even really load up. He just has natural strength. He's the epitome of just like, hey, pitter pat shots. Just throw shots with good technique, and one of them bitches will hurt him. Like, he just throws. He just gets brick for hands. I wish this guy was a middleweight, because this guy seems like a a JDM type. You know what I'm saying? Like a JDM type fighter. Obviously, Francis Ngannou, just because he's black and fucking bleached hair and from Cameroon. So obviously we can make that comparison. But physicality wise, he kind of just reminds me of JDM a little bit. I can see this guy being very good. But let's pump the brakes. We just seen Roman Kopylov get pushed up the rankings. Not even pushed up the rankings. He was like fighting one fighter up on the rankings. So I think Ataba Gutierrez is definitely ranked caliber. I don't know we haven't seen too much yet. He nobody's able to get him to the ground yet. We don't know what his ground game's like. But even then, I don't think there's all too many good grapplers at middleweight. We got Hamzat Chimaev, and that was fucking it, buddy. Just kidding. You got like an Anthony Hernandez, but Anthony Hernandez always gets hurt in the first round, and I think if you're hurt against Ataba Gutierrez, I think he will finish you. I think when he smells blood, that's the most dangerous thing for him, or for you to be fighting him, and I think he can get that finish. So I think Ataba Gutierrez can finish a lot of the 10 to 15 type fighters. Strong, powerful, quick. And he just breaks people immediately. Robert Valentine. Although Robert Valentine didn't show up, he's 0-3 in the UFC. I'm going to count his Ultimate Fighter fight. He's 0-3 in the UFC now. He doesn't belong here. He shouldn't have been here after he lost the Ultimate Fighter fight. That's what the fuck the Ultimate Fighter's for. And then he loses to Terrence Finney, although it was a robbery. And then he loses again. I don't care if he's technically 1-2 in the UFC, bro. Cut him. Cut him. This was a sorry performance. This was not a performance that after you give somebody a 3-fight contract, this is not the performance that you go, yeah, we'll re-sign him. No. This show was, wow, you got finished in under a minute, broke immediately, beckoned him on just to not throw 20-2. Yeah, bro, we gotta get you up out of here, bro. We gotta get you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta kill you, bro. But got a performance for Atabal Goods here. On to the next, Francisco Prado versus Nikolay Vretnikov. I didn't think this fight was a robbery. I know a lot of people went Francisco Prado. That's probably why they think it's a robbery. I went Nikolay Vretnikov. I don't know if he was the underdog. He might have been a slight underdog. I don't really look at the underdog picks to make my judgment, but excuse me. Like I said, Francisco Prado's a fucking featherweight, dude. He's a featherweight, and I don't care. Like, the size discrepancy of the two was insane. And I think Francisco Prado was a little faster than Nicolay. Just when it came to terms of grappling. Like, not grappling, but his ability to cover distance in a short amount of time. He was very quick darting in and out. I believe that's why every time Nicolay decided to turn his brain off and just go tard mode, which is honestly at the very beginning of the fight, every time he did a spin attack, Francisco Prado was able to get in so quick, but it was also because Nicolay would literally throw a fucking wheel kick when he's in like elbow range. So I don't know. Nicolay genuinely might be the lowest IQ fighter of all time. You know, hey, shit, hey, he's right there with Kevin Holland. We'll get into that later. But Nikolay Varetnikov, bro, threw so many spinning attacks, so many wheel kicks, so many spinning back kicks. I just don't even know what to say, man. This shit was embarrassing. I did think Nicolay won the first round. I think he might have dropped him in the first round or hurt him bad. Yeah, he hurt him really bad in the first round. I forgot with what, but he almost got him out of there. Starting the second round, I was like, all right, Nicolay, let's go. But Prado was able to get him down and kind of hold him there for quite some time. Nicolay had like no ability to get back up to his feet. Anytime he would, it wouldn't be a technical get up. It would just be purely explosive. He would just explode off the bottom and get into a weird scramble with Francisco Prado. And then he'd get up and then he'd immediately throw a wheel kick and get taken down immediately again, like a tard. It was absolutely insane, the lack of IQ that Nicolay showed. I don't know how old he is, but he looks a bit older. I'm assuming he'd probably be like 36. Absolutely insane to be like a vet, a so-called vet, and show just an absolutely retarded IQ and then a retarded game plan. I don't know. I believe his coaches and too were screaming at him like, bro, stop those. Stop doing that. Just stop spinning. You're getting taken down every time every time you spin, you're getting taken down. But then oh, no. I'm getting it confused. Well, he did get taken out. Everything I did say was true, but in the times that they were on the feet, I do believe Nicolay landed enough strikes in the second, regardless of the takedowns that Francisco Prado did. If you actually look at the takedowns, he didn't do anything with them, and that's rule number one of scoring criteria. A simple changing of positions doesn't mean anything. Control time doesn't mean anything. It's what you do with it. Francisco Prado did absolutely nothing with his takedowns and his control time. Nicolay actually landed the better shots on the feet. He was still ripping to the body a lot. He kind of went away from it in the later of the second and third round, but I think he did enough to win the first two. Second round was close, but I thought he lost this third round. He looked completely gassed. Although they both looked tired. This was a fun fight, but it was only fun because they both looked shit, but they were like kind of hurting each other at times. So I was like, oh shit, all right, which one of these unks is gonna fucking get the KO, you know? But it was entertaining enough. I fucked with it. On to the next fight though, Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. Uh, this was good. This first round was fucking fire. I was watching this and I genuinely thought Brendan Allen would be the first one to TKO Marvin Vettori. I thought he was gonna be the first one to finish Marvin Vettori when he had both hooks in, dude. Like I don't know, like a minute and a half into the first round, and he was like raining down ground and pound, and then like he almost got the rear naked choke too. I was like, let's go out, bro. I was so hyped in this first round. This shit was crazy. Bro, he was so close to getting a TKO. If he just landed a few more shots, I feel like the ref would have been forced to step in. After that, Marvin Vettori's face, he got up a little bit later. His face was battered, absolutely battered. But he was doing a good job landing 1-2s and just the only shit he threw the entire fight. He would whip Brendan Allen's head back with some of the shots that he was landing. So his power's still there. I just think fighters are kind of like akin to it. Obviously, nobody's gonna grit down and just go blow for blow with Marvin Vettori. That's just kind of a recipe to get knocked the fuck out. I do believe he has really solid power, but it's just you can't hurt him. So there's no reason to even like go trade for trade because you're just gonna lose that fight 10 out of 10 times. So every time Marvin Vettori would make a good connection, it would snap Allen's head back. It would be a boom, boom. His head would get whipped back. But this first round, undeniably goes to Brendan Allen. And then the second and third round were kind of just the same. Brendan Allen doing a good job, just kind of mixing it up, not headhunting, mixing up the target. Overall, just systematically breaking down Marvin Vettori. He had better footwork. He had better like ring control. This fight was taking place on Allen's terms, and there was nowhere where Vettori can get ahead. He couldn't do anything to make Allen fight his fight. It was all Allen's fight. But even then, Vettori did have some success here and there, like I said, with the jab, with the 1-2. He was snapping Allen's head back. But I thought this was a clear 30-27. I thought maybe you could give the second round to Vettori, but I thought the first and third were pretty clear for Brendan Allen. In my opinion, I did kind of watch his fight, at the corner of my eye because I just bought food and saw, I was grubbing up a little bit, but it was a really good fight, honestly. I think it deserved fight of the night. I know Max Holloway was saying, brother, why didn't I, brother, I can't even do a Max Holloway impression. But I can't even do a Max Holloway. I know he was saying that he should have got fight of the night. Brother, you made like fucking $3 million tonight, dude. Let's chill out with the 50K, all right? Let's give it to Brendan Allen. Jeez Louise. On to the next. Son of a bitch, bro. Kyler Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. Holy mid. I was watching bedtime MMA's video today when I was at work. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of this. I was watching bedtime MMA's video when I was at work today. I agree with this take that I haven't really been on social media too much, but I can just see absolute like Brazilian glazers being like, dude, Vinicius Oliveira is the next best thing, dude. He fucking KO'd Sean O'Malley. This guy fucking this guy fucking kills Peyton Talbot and Ronnie fucking murders Ronnie Barcelos, dude. Fucking murders him. Bro, chat, give me this. Chat, let me cook real quick. Give me the mic. Let me cook real quick. Rob Font systematically murders Vinicius Oliveira. He absolutely kills Oliveira in that ring. Chat, tell me I'm wrong. Give me this. You can't tell me Vinicius Oliveira walking down Kyler Phillips, who's not going to impose his will. What the fuck so ever, dude. You can't tell me if Rob Font wasn't in there. If Rob Font holds his ground just a little bit, he's popping that jab all night long. That jab, that right hand, that uppercut. He is systematically killing Vinicius Oliveira, who walks down, literally marauder maxing. Marauder maxing, walks you down, hands by his waist. Rob Font is not going to let you get away with that shit. And I know I'm a Rob Font glazer, but bro, come on, you have to give me this. Vinicius Oliveira isn't going to be able to do that when he has somebody throwing 10 jabs per minute. Not even per minute, 10 jabs per 10 seconds, bro. That's a jab every 10, that's a jab every second, bro. That's quick math for you, dude. Rob Font is throwing 60 jabs per minute, dude. He's cooking this boy up with that jab. Vinicius Oliveira, who doesn't have a technical bone in his body, he is strictly a marauder maxer. This guy's like a Benoit Saint-Denis with no pop. This guy's like a Benoit Saint-Denis, but he fucking always loses the first round. This guy's not good. This guy, bantamweight, the depth of bantamweight isn't really crazy. Kyler Phillips is ranked, but bro, I really want to see Rob Font versus Vinicius Oliveira because I know systematically Rob Font absolutely murders Vinicius Oliveira. I know it, and I just need it proven. I know Rob Font potentially has a fight coming up with Raul Rosas Jr. Raul Rosas Jr. low-key doesn't deserve it, dude. He's not even ranked yet. And Rob Font is like number 8, number 9 in the rankings. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing making that fight. Plus, Raul Rosas Jr. gets like killed by like 10 through 11. You know what I'm saying? They're just jumping that boy. But I know Rob Font kills Vinicius Oliveira. But Vinicius Oliveira, literally lost the first round. He just got out techniqued by Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips just put like the unk pepper on him. The unk just say, hey buddy, can't do that, Hey, but I'm right here, man. I could throw that jab at you. I got this right hand on me, Don't forget about the right hand. You getting too stuck up on this jab, brother. But this right hand is all for the haymaking. You know what I'm saying? Vinicius barely got a little hip to it in the second and third round where he just walked him down. I believe he didn't Vinicius Oliveira get dropped in the first round? Didn't he get hurt multiple times bad in the first round? And like wobbling up against the fucking, like, not necessarily drop, but hands on the canvas, fucking supporting himself up so he wouldn't actually fall. But wow, 41 to 4 significant strikes. I forgot what happened in the second and third round, but all I can remember is Vinicius Oliveira aura maxing and just walking down, hands down, by his waist. This whole time I was like, bro, who does this guy think he is? Who does this guy fucking think he is, bro? Put Rob Font in there now, please, dude. I need that fight. I don't know if I ever match made Rob Font with somebody, but if not, I'm for sure matchmaking Vinicius Oliveira versus Rob Font, my GOAT. But on to the main card. I did get every single pick right on the prelims, though. I went 9-0 on the prelims, and like many people, this main card was yeah, bruh. It wasn't, I didn't do too good. I didn't do too good, buddy. I don't have much to say. Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. I don't have much to say about this fight. The only thing I really have to say is the next time I pull up to McDonald's down the street, on my fucking soul, I better see 6'3" bitch ass Daniel fuck ass Zellhuber's ugly stupid gnome face handing me my fucking McChicken, handing me my fucking sausage egg McMuffin in the morning at fucking 10 a.m. That ugly, disgusting retard. I can't, but look, I'm kind of pissed off that. Actually, I'm not gonna bring this point up. I hate this guy. I hate Daniel Zellhuber so much. What do you mean you just got absolutely 30-27 systematically broken down by Michael Johnson for 15 fucking minutes? 15 minutes. Bro was there at the before they were gonna read the scorecards. He's like, hey, me 1-3, me 1-3, me 1-3, no, me 1-3. Shut up, bro. Honest, cut this kid. I want to see this guy at McDonald's. You're losing to Michael Johnson in the big 2025. You fuck ass retard allowed Michael Johnson to go on a 3-fight win streak. I hate you. I hate you. This is disgusting. I can't. He gets dropped. The first round, super unmemorable. Like literally, it's like nothing even happens in this fight. It's just Michael Johnson beating the shit out of Daniel Zellhuber. Not even beating the shit. Daniel Zellhuber is just like, damn, what should I do to get this guy out of here? I got it. I'm gonna kick his guard. Let me kick his guard. The But every single kick that Daniel Zellhuber throw was blocked. Every head kick, every body kick was all completely blocked. This guy doesn't know what a leg kick is. It's absolutely insane. I can't even like further go in on how much I hate Daniel Zellhuber and his retarded ass game plan. But he was like, "Hey, let me just throw naked, unset up high kicks the entire fight. Let me just kick him every 10 seconds and have it blocked every single time." It was like he was like winking at Johnson every time he was about to throw a high kick. He was like, "Hey, buddy, I'm about to throw one. I'm about to throw one. Make sure you block it." Ah, good, he blocked that one. Nice. It's like he was going for a record for attempted fucking kicks. It's like he was Marab maxing out there, but instead of takedowns, it was just attempted high kicks, attempted body kicks. That was insane. Michael Johnson then just gets a goofy goober ass fucking knockdown in the second round. I can't remember what he hit him with. I just remember once he hit him, I just like, all right, bro, I'm not watching this shit. Like I got so pissed off. I was like, I'm not watching this bitch ass fucking 40-year-old Michael Johnson absolutely speed mog Daniel Zellhuber, who's like 28 years old. Nah, dude, I'm not doing this shit. Bro actually posted. I bought into the hype, dude. He posted, "Who wants to see a dead body?" I believed it. I thought I was going to see Michael Johnson out cold on the canvas again. Turns out we got fucking Daniel Zellhuber wide-eyed. Oh, me 1-3. Me 1-3. Kill this guy. Get him cut. I don't want to. I don't care about. Please cut Daniel Zellhuber, dude. Please cut him. Please. Please. For the love of God. Hey, Eric Nixick. Eric Nixick, dude. Get on your fucking shit. On to the next fucking fight, dude. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Eric Nixick, what the fuck are you doing? Anybody. Because I looked this up mid-fight. And I kind of dislike MMA Guru for bringing this up. Because this was my point. This was what I was going to talk about. Eric Nixick, what the fuck are you doing? Every single fighter in your fucking gym is losing, buddy. And I mean it. Every single one is losing. Oh, Chris Curtis got a win. Chris Curtis got a closely contested win against Max Griffin. Oh, good job, Eric. Good job, Eric Nixick. Yeah, you're really doing good, man. Every single one of his fighters are losing. Every single one. There was a point in time where I was like, dude, I kind of want to move down to fucking, I kind of want to move down to Las Vegas, man. I could train with Eric Nixie. I could train with Dan Ige, Sean Strickland, man. I could train with those guys. Nah, bro. Hey, Unc, I'm good. Yeah, nah. We don't need to do that shit, bro. No, thank you. Dan Ige does okay first round. I believe he gets hurt in the first round, although it's just kind of no, he doesn't get hurt in the first round. It's extremely tit for tat, and I remember nothing happens in 4 minutes. Dead, I 4 minutes of fucking nothing. 4 minutes of absolute fuck all. In the last minute, Patricio Pitbull gets like 5 takedowns. That's it, and they're not even like really takedowns. They're like one takedown. Oh, mat return. Yeah, it's just like silly takedowns. I don't even remember. Oh, he didn't get 5 takedowns. I'm tripping, but he gets like 1 takedown. Oh, he got 2. But there was extremely lackluster. Both of these guys. Honestly, yeah, I was kind of thinking that this fight was going to be hype, but I mean, Lucas Tracy said it best, bro. Ole, 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 ole. Like, this was the worst performance I've ever seen. Both of these guys just staring at each other. Deadass just staring. Patricio Pitbull actually gets the nerve, gets grows some balls mid-fight. Says, oh, maybe I could get a takedown. Gets a takedown. Gets another one. 2 takedowns, win him the round because Dan Ige did fuck all. Second round, Patricio Pitbull hurts Dan Ige. I forgot with what shot, but he has him up against the fence, and I'm actually thinking, holy shit, Patricio Pitbull is going to be the first one to finish Dan Ige. He's throwing punches and bunches. Dan Ige's covering up. His body language is looking terrible. He's up against the fence. He's not throwing back. Patricio Pitbull ripping to the body, up top. But then he went back into his ole ass style. Sees Dan Ige fucking hurt, visibly hurt, broken down, completely like broken mentally and physically. And he just jab at a range, jab. Feint the right hand. It was just embarrassing to watch. And then second round, that's all that fucking happens, dude. He gets a takedown, I believe, maybe at the end of the round. I can't really remember. But in the third round, Dan Ige down 2. Doesn't really fuck it. He does fuck all. He lands one good. It looked. I thought it was like a kick to Patricio Pitbull as he was going for a takedown, but it turns out it was like a knee. It hurts Patricio Pitbull bad. It's a knee up the middle, sets him down, fucks up. I mean, it doesn't really set him down, but it kind of does, because at the same time he's going for like a double leg, or he resorts to a double leg after getting kneed. So he kind of gets on the ground. He kind of gets a low double leg. Dan Ige's there just peppering shots on him. None of them with actual strength behind him, though. I don't know if Dan Ige has any pop. I think the only reason Sean Woodson got KO'd is because he's a fucking disgusting alien freak. But Patricio Pitbull, I guess, drops the third. And 29-28 for Patricio Pitbull. Dan Ige does nothing. Eric Nixick, what are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing? Dead ass, like I'm gonna have to start checking that shit. Every time I see a fighter coming out of Extreme Couture, I'm gonna have to look at their track record for the one time, because bro, I'm telling you, all their fighters are coming off of losses. Every single one of them. It's actually really disgusting. And if you actually look at Sean Strickland and his favorite training partner to train with, the guy who he claims to be the best of all time, Johnny Eblen, just fucking lost yesterday too. I know y'all are a bunch of casuals, and I don't mind a hardcore mags real quick, but I was watching Johnny Eblen in PFL Africa against fucking something Steelix, Van Steelix or some bullshit like that. JK. I mean, I was watching it, but I'm not gonna fucking pretend I'm watching PFL over here. But it was Johnny Eblen, and I did watch him gas out after the first round, and I did watch him lazily, pathetically, fucking crotch sniff and shoot for repeated double leg takedowns and just get mocked. And then he gets submitted in the final 15 seconds. It was actually so satisfying to watch Johnny Eblen get the shit beat out of him in the final few seconds. Not even the shit beat out of him, honestly. I'm fucking capping, but he did get choked out, rear naked choked out in the 5th round. That's like 10 seconds left by some fucking, I don't know, some bum. I don't even know where the fuck he's from. He's like Spanish, but he's also from like Canada or France, some bullshit like that. I don't know, weird ass dude. But Johnny Eblen, Sean Strickland's favorite training partner, the guy who Sean Strickland claims to be the best in the world, that this guy would be fucking top 5 in the UFC. Yeah, he just got fucking choked out yesterday. So what does that really, how does that speak to the level of Extreme Couture if the best training partner outside of the camp is getting absolutely bullied, gassing out in 5 minutes, and then he gets choked out in the 5th. Yeah, Eric Nixick, what a fucking bum. On to the next. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Holy parlay killer. Yeah, oh, I'm so sorry if that was loud. I'm so sorry. I respect Kenny for not putting Kevin Holland on any parlays, because yeah, this guy's just, he's so you just can't trust this dude. He's so unpredictable. He just throws, bruh. But he doesn't throw. That's the thing. He doesn't. He should beat this level of comp. This is the level of comp that he's been embarrassing throughout his entire career. These are the type of fighters that fucking he bulldozes through. Daniel Rodriguez isn't leagues better than fucking Ponzinibbio. He isn't leagues better than Gunnar Nelson. He's one of those archetype of fighters. Just a fat welterweight. Just a fat, tough welterweight, dude. Like, I get it, though. He's like one of those tough Mexicans, and I guess maybe we should have saw it coming, but, dude, that shit was embarrassing, man. Like, I really hated watching this fight because seeing Kevin Holland get dropped to a fighter that I know he's better than, it was so upsetting. And I'm sure he knows that, too. Like, he knows he's better than Daniel Rodriguez. Uh, he knows he's better than Daniel Rodriguez, dude. But how do you get dropped twice by him? How do you allow him to land just haymakers on you, wobble you and stun you? How do you get dropped twice by Daniel Rodriguez in the second, dude? I genuinely don't get it. Like, I don't get it, bro. Daniel Rodriguez was actually the closest fighter of all time to finishing Kevin Holland. He was fucking shots away. Kevin Holland was done. You see the look on his face like, fuck, dude. It just fucking embarrassed Kevin Holland. Up 2 rounds against Kevin Holland going into the third. And I've lost all hope. I'm like, nah, man. I have a little bit of hope. I'm wishing Kevin Holland gets this third round TKO, but I say it to myself. I said it for the next 2 fights. I was like, man, if these dudes get a finish, I can't even be hype. I can't even be hype. There's nothing hype about watching a fighter systematically get broken down, embarrassed for the better part of like 10 or 15 minutes, and oh, you get to KO late in the third. Like, there's nothing hype about that. There's nothing hype about that. And seeing Kevin Holland put the pepper on Daniel Rodriguez, I got a little hype. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh shit, my picks are back. I got a little hype, but he has Daniel Rodriguez up against the fence. He's throwing leather. He's fucking punches and bunches, ripping to the body up top. And then the lowest IQ moment of all time, he just like starts grappling. He starts clenching up with Daniel Rodriguez. They're pushing each other up against the fence. Kevin Holland pushing up against the fence. Oh, Daniel Rodriguez reverses it. Now he's pressing Holland up against the fence. Ripping punches and bunches. Daniel Rodriguez is still somehow on his feet. Who knows how he survived that flurry of punches. He was damn near out. He got dropped himself. He got dropped himself in this third. What's going on? But it was just pure grit. Pure grit. Daniel Rodriguez did good enough. Not even good enough. Kevin Holland was the one enticing the grappling. I believe he kept going for a standing Darce choke or something like that. Standing anaconda. He kept going for it, and it would piss me off so much, dude. I can't. The amount of rage I was feeling in this fight. As soon as I saw him engaging in the grappling, I was like, yeah, you're cooked, buddy. You're going for a standing Darce choke. I knew it. Like, my brother, he was going for Holland, and he was like, nah, he's gonna get the finish. I was like, nah, bro, this retard's done. He's going for a standing Darce choke twice against Daniel Rodriguez in the third when he has him out on his feet. Nah, this kid's fucking done. Then Kevin Holland gets thrown on the floor. I think he's fishing for like a triangle or an arm bar, but Daniel Rodriguez is hip to it. Daniel Rodriguez ends the fight on top, throwing ground and pound. 8 seconds left, 10 seconds left. Kevin Holland gets to his feet immediately. He's down 2-0. He's been on his back for the past minute. He needs a finish. Last 10 seconds of the fight, he shoots for a takedown. Nah, bro. Nah, somebody's got to tie Kevin Holland up and put a 45-70 up against his dome piece for making me watch that fight. That shit was awful. Daniel Rodriguez outgrits Kevin Holland. And he even says in the third round when people are booing, he's like, hey, I deserve that. I deserve that. In that third round, that was all grit. That was all grit, brother. Gotta respect the Jesus tattoo, man. Gotta respect it. Daniel Rodriguez gets it done. I'm now 0-3 on the fucking main card so far. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. What can you say? What can you say? And yeah, like they say, hindsight is 2020. You know, Paulo Costa, the level of comp that he's been facing is just leagues better than anything. Roman Kopylov's best win is Chris Curtis. And I really wish I dove more into that. And I believe I even said in my prediction video that I was like, dude, the comp that Costa has fought, Whitaker, Sean Strickland, Izzy, even Marvin Vettori is better than Roman Kopylov. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't trust. Like I said, I was casual maxing, bro. This was a casual maxing ad pick. I went Roman Kopylov. I went for the, not even surging contender, dude. This guy just lost to Alex Hernandez. So you can't even say surging contender. But I went with the hype train. Uh, I believed in it. I thought he would be able to get it done. But just Paulo Costa systematically breaking down Roman Kopylov. I mean, body kick, body kick, body kick, body. There were nice body kicks too. They were slipping in under the elbow of Roman Kopylov, and he was tuning him up. Paulo Costa doing good job at landing straights, good jabs, good straight rights. Excuse me. He just did a good job, like literally systematically breaking down Roman Kopylov. If this, although I will admit, if this was a stare at range menacingly fight, Roman Kopylov 30-27. Dead ass 30-27. This boy was this guy's a marauder. He was so menacing out there, dude. The look on his face, that mean look on his face, man. It was super intimidating. I was getting scared through the screen, man. I was watching that shit. I was like, hey, Kopylov, stop, man. I'm getting scared. But Paulo Costa, it didn't affect him one bit. He was kind of, marauder maxing himself, but he hurt Kopylov in every single round, I believe. In every single round, he stumbled Roman Kopylov with just good rights, good lefts, good body kicks. He did a good job at mixing it up, hurting the feet. Dude, some of these striking numbers was insane, bro. 34-11. Jeez, with one knockdown. 32-16, and then 33-21. Like, he absolutely systematically broke Roman Kopylov in every aspect of it. Which, hey, hindsight's 2020. Should have knew that Roman Kopylov, whose closely contested fight with Chris Curtis, his best win, by the way, was leagues below Paulo Costa. So my fault, Paulo Costa. I believe this was the only fight that I should have gone Paulo Costa. I believe this is the only wrong pick that I made. I believe Kevin Holland was the right pick. I believe Dan Ige was the right pick. I believe Daniel Zellhuber was the right pick. I feel like this was the only pick of mine that wasn't the best. That I could have done a little bit better thinking on. But on to the main event, Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, nah, fuck that. Oh, Hawaiian kickboxer. Bro, I've been listening to that at work today. I was listening to that song the entire time, dude. If you took off my headphone, you would have just heard blasting from my earbud. Whoa, Hawaiian kickboxer. This shit is crazy. Anyways, let's get into this fight, dude. Dustin Poirier's retirement fight. Jeez Louise, Max Holloway. Yeah, Max Holloway's back. In a way, I wanna really dive into it because I see people going a little too crazy with the hype of it. I see people going a little too crazy with the respect they're giving Max Holloway. Don't get me wrong, he deserves it, but I don't. Let's take a chill pill, guys. Let's take a chill pill for the one time. But let's get into it. The first round, speed mogging Dustin Poirier. Absolutely speed mogging him. Dustin Poirier doesn't know what's coming for Adam. I was gonna say Kevin Holland. Max Holloway does a good job at repeatedly attacking the body. That was his best weapon this game, was body kicks and shots to the body. But every time Dustin Poirier, not every time, sometimes he would be hip to it and he'd be able to fire back. But even in insanely close range, like Max Holloway would be going for low kicks and body kicks, and that's just something you can't do against different fighters, man. But anyways, he's going for these body kicks. He's going for these low kicks extremely close in range. Dustin Poirier can't take advantage of it. He's speed mogging Dustin Poirier. He hits him with a crispy 1-2 that drops him flat on his butt. Like straight on his butt, dude. Drops him. And I believe that there's a second time in the first round as well. Maybe it's not a drop. Maybe it's kind of like a more off balance sweep or push. But Dustin Poirier ends up on his ass again. And it's just, I believe Max Holloway throws a spinning back kick to the body as well. I mean, he was throwing those throughout this fight, but I don't know if he threw them in the first round quite yet. I believe he threw at least one in this first round, though. But the body kicks, the work up top, the shots to the body, leg kicks, everything. The just the way he was mixing it up was so amazing, so dynamic, so much more dynamic than Dustin Poirier. And in the second round, it looked to be more of that as well. Honestly, you guys know I predicted a third round TKO for Max Holloway. I thought he was gonna get it done in the second, as we all do. I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick. I actually don't know how much water I'm drinking today. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I thought he was gonna get it done in this second. The way Dustin Poirier was visibly wilting in this first round. Max Holloway would throw a body kick, and it completely just like you saw the hip surgery in Dustin Poirier, dude. You saw the hip replacement. He's like jumping up on his right leg after he gets kicked to the body. He's hurt because I'm not kidding. In the first round alone, Dustin Poirier's body's completely all reddened up, completely marked up. You can tell that was a primary target for Max Holloway. And in the second round, nothing different. Max Holloway targeting that body of Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier feeling it. They get into exchange. They get into an exchange. Max Holloway has him up against the fence. He's throwing. He's cooking Poirier. He has him hurt. He has him wobbled. He has him on the floor at one point, and he's fucking hammering this dude. He's hammering this dude. I believe at one point he actually tries to get a rear naked choke on Dustin Poirier, if I'm not mistaken. Does he try to get a rear naked choke? He gets in this weird scramble, and he does try to go for it quickly, but nothing too quick. He does try and sub Poirier. I remember that. He does try and sub him in this second. I don't know why they're only giving one to Poirier. I can't remember one that they give. I can't remember Poirier. Oh, they give him the They give him the guillotine, but they didn't give Holloway the rear naked. That's goofy. That's so goofy. What the hell? Whatever. That shit ass guillotine, I guess. That was never gonna hit ever. Whatever, dude. That's fucking dumb. But Max Holloway almost nearly finished him up against the fence in the early second round. Poirier's hurt badly, but he rallies back and he's able to knock down Max Holloway. And this is a point that I want to get into later after I break down the whole fight. He lands a good right hand on Holloway, and honestly, Max Holloway did do a great job at moving laterally up around the cage. And every time he didn't, every time he would just back up in a straight line, that's when he would get hit and tagged the most. I believe that's how he got rocked as well, or dropped. And but after that, he was very always. It looked like much more aware that he can't do that, and there are severe repercussions. Because before that, it was all Max Holloway. It was just like anything that he did, anything that he wanted to do, he did, and there was like no repercussions. But in the second round, he got reminded that, oh shit, yeah, he's up against Dustin Poirier, still dangerous, still a dog. And I still thought Max Holloway did enough though. Yeah, besides the fucking bitch ass sub attempt and the knockdown at the end of the second, the whole fight was Max Holloway. He hurt him multiple times. He hurt him way more than Dustin Poirier hurt him. So I still gave the second round to Holloway. And in the third round, what happened in this third round? I can't remember what happened in this third round, honestly. It was nothing. It was not as bad as the second. Max Holloway still throwing. Damn, what happened in this third round? I can't remember. I I really can't remember what happened in this third round, but I remember that he was pressing Poirier up against the fence a few times because I kept saying, "Oh, this is when it's gonna happen. This is when it's gonna happen." It never fucking happened. But my pick of a third round TKO came and went, and $130 slipped out of my wallet just like that. I was very sad. Fourth round, dude, I thought every round went to Max Holloway. I know Dustin Poirier was saying that he thought it was 2-2 going into the fifth. I mean, maybe you could give the second round to him, but other than that, what round do you give him? What round do you give him? The round that he got outstruck by 17 strikes, or the round that he got outstruck by 22 strikes? Which one? Which one do you give him? I don't know. I thought it was clear 4-0 Max Holloway, but dude, genuinely, this whole fight could be 50-45, I thought. And then this fifth round, I thought Dustin Poirier was going to come out a lot sharper, a lot more, I have nothing to lose. But he said himself that he kind of came out more professional. He came out like, all right, I got 5 minutes left, still in here with the dog, which I think was the wrong approach to have. I think if you are down 4, and I guess he thought he was down 2, though, I thought he could play it. I guess he thought he could play it safe, but I thought that was the wrong approach. I think that was his coach's fault. His coaches have to be, all right, dude, it's 4-0, or it's 3-1. Even if you win this round, you're cooked. You gotta finish this fight. I believe if they just blatantly told him that and not say, oh, it's 2-2, it's 2-2, I think he could have actually, well, he would have approached this round differently, because he approached it very soundly, very carefully. Just the wrong way to approach this fight. I was waiting for him to really get going, because I was like, I even said to everybody I was watching with, I was like, dude, last 5 minutes of your career, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And he didn't really show up the way I was anticipating him to show up in this fifth round. But even in the final 10 seconds, dude, Max Holloway points to the ground. They're both waiting for it. You're like, all right, 25 seconds left. I want to brawl already. I want to brawl. 10 seconds left. Max Holloway cooks this boy. But I'm not going to lie. There's one shot that, honestly, that whole 10 seconds, Holloway probably throws 10 strikes. Dustin Poirier throws one, but it's a nasty right hook that clips the jaw of Max Holloway. Literally snaps his neck back. Go ahead and watch it. Rewatch that shit. It obviously was, Max Holloway still did get the better of him, but with that one shot that Poirier landed, it was a crisp right hook that spun the neck of Max Holloway, and I was like, oh shit, he got clipped. But even then, he just completely volume mogged Dustin Poirier. And then Poirier got hit with too many clean shots. Engaged in the, he hugged them. He fucking started grappling, which I'm honestly not surprised, because he actually said in one of his pre-fight interviews, he was like, dude, those last 10 seconds, he's gonna point to the ground. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's like, we're grappling now, double leg. He actually did say that, so I wasn't too surprised to see him engage in grappling. But I don't think he actually meant that. I do think he just only engaged in the grappling, or tried to grapple, because he got hit with too many. He got speed and volume mogged by Max Holloway. In my opinion, this was a clear 50-45. I don't know what round you give to Poirier. Like I said, I guess they give him round 2, but I don't think so. I think you have to give him either round 3 or 4, but I don't know what round you give him. I don't know who gave him 2 rounds. That's interesting. That's an interesting take. But what a great fight. What a great war to end off his career on. Highly respectable fight. There's really nothing negative I can say about Dustin Poirier in this fight. He showed up. He showed out. He showed that he still can bang with the baddest motherfuckers in the division. He showed that he can still hold his own, but it's just like, what is he holding his own for? He's not going to fight more Benoit Saint-Denises. He's not fighting those types of guys. So what is he really fighting for? So I understand his decision to retire. It's either now or let the sport retire you, and he's been very vocal about not wanting that. So I can respect Dustin Poirier and his, and his wishes. I can respect them. I'm actually just, I actually just remembered something right now. There's something very important that I think I lost that I can't afford to lose, which is worrying to say the least, if I'm being honest. Um, but I also want to talk about his retirement video. Anybody else think that was the worst retirement video that we've seen by far? Anybody else? Anthony Smith's retirement video was better than this. Like, I don't want to get too deep into it because this video is already long enough, but bro, I fucking love Volkanovski. What the fuck? Why the fuck is he in the retirement video? Is he? Like, Anthony Smith isn't your Amanda Nunes? Who are these bums? Why are we getting these guys? And there was a shit ass edit too. Like, the edit was awful. Like, I don't need to see him walking on a beach, bro. Show me his badass moments. Show me his badass moments against Dan Hooker and shit, dude. Why are you showing me him walking on a beach? With Anthony Smith, yeah, BMFer, dude. Yeah, paid in full. Shut up. That was an awful retirement video. And I know he was in his head. He was like, dude, what the fuck? Amanda, get a bitch off my screen. I don't know how I would have been mad. But Dustin Poirier got speed mogged, got volume mogged. Total strikes 201 to 109, 198 to 109. Oh, wow. That's interesting. They counted every single strike as significant for Dustin Poirier. All right. But, very good fight, very good scrap, thoroughly entertained. This whole fight was entertaining. The main card did let it down, though. Honestly, a lot of the fights let it down. Costa versus Love was boring. Kevin Holland versus Rodriguez could have been fight of the night. That was not bad. Ige versus Pitbull, fucking bore fest. Johnson Zellhuber, bore fest. Phillips versus Oliveira, bore fest. And every other fight was kind of entertaining. Overall, I give this card an 8 out of 10. It performed well enough. Like I said, even though it was, the name value is not there, you kind of got to predict that those cards are the ones that are going to perform the most finishing wise. But overall, really good fight, really good card. I enjoyed it. I'll be making a fights to make video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But I went 10-4. Let me know MMA YouTuber who did better than me. I don't think there is one. I think I did the best, and at worst, I think I tied with somebody. But let me know what y'all thought about the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and stay tuned. I got more videos coming out soon, brother. Thank you. Have a good day.